let me just share my screen. So the two answers that were given are correct. So I will expect that more people should always answer because, okay, Samuel Adiku, your hand is up. So participants raise their hand.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, Samuel.
Yeah, by my understanding of digital marketing, I can say it actually involve various tactics or various ways used to promote products, services using digital channels.
Thank you, Samuel. Mr. Monday Stephen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, your hand is up. The floor is yours.
Okay. In digital marketing, it's just all about how business use internet to promote their products and services online, and they make use. It can be they make use of channels like emails and Facebook ads and social media handles to reach out to people and then to encourage them to buy what they are into. So that is all I know. Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. Yeah, so Vivian says digital marketing is the use of digital channels like the internet and electronic devices to promote products or services, build brand awareness, and drive sales. Yes, Vivian, that is correct. Thank you. Oluwapelumi says using the internet and other forms of digital communication to promote and sell products and services. Also very correct. Everybody is correct. Vivian's definition is also correct. Pelumi's definition is also correct as well. We are all very right. Digital marketing per se, if I want to piece words together, what is marketing? Let's start from there. Marketing is the promotion of goods or services. That is simply marketing, promoting goods or services. Then what is digital? If you now join it together, it now means promoting goods or services using digital medium, digital means, right? Just like Vivian said, using digital channels, digital means like the internet, digital means internet, electronic devices to promote products or services. She went further to say build brand awareness and drive sales, which is also very correct. So that's what digital marketing is: the use of digital channels and electronic means to promote products or services, right? That is what digital marketing is. You're trying to promote a product or service, but this time around, you're not doing it in the traditional or local way. You're doing it in the digital way, using digital platforms, using digital products like the internet, right? So that is digital marketing. Let me just, I hope you guys can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes, this is my name. This is my screen. Okay, good. Yeah, so we've already given the definition that is the marketing of products or services, promotion of products or services, promotion of goods or services, however you want to put it, using digital technologies via the internet, social media, and any other digital medium. Now, it consists of different marketing strategies. Someone mentioned strategies. Yes, it consists of different marketing strategies, such as social media marketing, email marketing, and search engine optimization being SEO. It also has search engine marketing, there's content marketing, there's influencer marketing. It just depends on the strategy you want to use to actually promote your product or your service digitally, right? And we said here that digital marketing is driven by data and how best it can be utilized to suit a business marketing goals. Driven by data. What data? That's the first question. What data? Data that you get from your digital analytics, right? With digital marketing, it is easier to actually get data to be able to track your products, to be able to track your growth, to be able to track your marketing efforts, right? So it involves utilizing this data that you get to be able to actually drive and push your business marketing goals. Now, compared to traditional methods of advertising, like we know the billboards, we have print, we have radio and TV, we have handbills, we have banners, roll-up stands. Those are all traditional methods of advertising, right? Digital marketing is quite different from them because it targets a particular set of persons that are relevant to an organization or a business. Now, let's look at it this way or from this angle. If I have a billboard or I decide to set up a billboard in a probably a prominent location in Lagos State, let's say, for instance, I decide to set up my billboard. Please unmute yourself. Who is on mute? Please, let's just be on mute. If you need to speak, you raise up your hands and you'll be given permission to speak. Please, I'll meet you now, Monday. Okay. Yeah, so I was talking about, let's say, for instance, I have a billboard and I place a billboard in a strategic location. Say maybe I decide to place my billboard at Third Mainland Bridge. So let's just use that location now. I don't think there's anywhere to place billboard there, but let's just assume that there's where I place my billboard on Third Mainland Bridge. Or let's even say I do lamp posts. And do you guys know what are lamp posts? Those ones that lamp pole banners, those ones that are hung on the electric poles that we see on the road. So let's just assume that I do lamp posts or I do billboard on that road. Yes, it's a very good location. Yes, it is where people who are coming from the island to the mainland are going to pass through, especially if they are going through road. And when they are coming from the mainland to island, vice versa, whichever ways, as far as you are going to the island or you're coming to the mainland by road, you will be able to see my advertisement. Yes, but I am not going to be targeting the exact people that I am supposed to target because practically every John, Mark, and Robinson passes that road. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry passes there. Every Kitchen, Neka, and Obi passes there. Your target market, not your target market, everybody's applying that route, and you just have it there. So traditional methods of advertising, like maybe the billboards, is more like casting your net into the water and hoping that you just catch fish. You're not setting that you catch the fish. You're not setting, but you just want to be there. Now, those kind of advertising, like what's it called? Billboards, they are called over-the-line marketing because they are there to actually raise awareness and put the brands in the mind of people, right? They are there for top of mind awareness. When we talk about top of mind awareness means having your brand in the faces and in the minds of people. For instance, what will I use now? For instance, if we look at products like the big guys now, let's look at the big guys, for instance, the likes of Coca-Cola, the likes of MTN, the likes of the big boys, right? They spend a lot of money on local or traditional advertising. They do billboards, they do radio ads, they do jingles, name it. They are not doing this because at this point in time, they are trying to target anybody to make sales. No, they are doing it for top of mind awareness. Top of mind awareness being that they want to ensure that their brand continues to remain in your mind. You continue to think about them because the more things you see, the more you remember. True or false? True. The more you see stuffs, the more you remember them. The more you see their adverts, the more you see their billboards, the more you see their brand make, the more they continue to be in your mind, the more the product continues to stay in your mind, the more you want to say, if you want to buy something, you know, okay, this is the product I want to buy. Let's take, for instance, have you ever had a time when you wanted to buy a popular product that you had? I'm just giving this as an instance. Now, if you've had that experience, please just unmute and tell me if it's true or not. You wanted to buy something, and in the process of trying to buy this stuff that you are popular with or the one that you know, you did not see or you did not, the vendor that was selling did not have the one that you want, which is the one you need in particular. And then you now had to opt for another product because you just needed it at that point in time. You needed an alternative. And then you now saw a product that you've been seeing their advertisement, but you've never tried them before. And then you were like, I don't see these products. Make I try them today. Make I see. Has it ever happened to you before? Like anybody, you wanted to buy
Yes, sir.
something, the one you know. It has happened, right?
Yes,
Although
sir.
thank you. They say the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. But at that point in time, the devil you knew was not available. So you needed to try the angel you don't know. But because you've not tried it before, but you've been seeing their adverts, what they have succeeded in doing is having a top of mind awareness on you. They have succeeded in keeping their brand in your mind. They have succeeded in keeping their business on the top of your mind. Yes, you didn't know them before, you've never bought from them before, but that particular day, you needed a product and you decided to opt for them. And who knows, if they are as good as you want them to be, or as good as the one that you've been trying before, you probably switch brands. It has happened to me before. I used to buy something regularly. That was the one I love buying. Then one day I decided to try another one that I've been seeing the advert I had never bought before. And then after trying it, I was like, wow, this is good though. Makes sense. And then I switched. So that's what it is. And that's why we will tell you that sometimes marketing efforts can be stressful. They take time, but you have to be patient. Let's move forward. I hope we are following, please. I know I'm talking fast, but hope we are following. Okay, is it only Divine that is in this class? Only Divine has been replying to me. What's going on? She has replied on the chat session now. Please, guys, I know that probably we are tired. The afternoon class used to be somehow, but please, let's okay, good. Thank you. Let's just be active for me. Energy. I need energy so that it will match. Let my energy match your own. All right, let's move on. Now, excuse me. Move now. Sorry. It's all these computer systems stuff. Yeah. Now let's look at the benefits of digital marketing. What are the benefits of digital marketing? What can digital marketing help your brand to do? One, it helps your brand to reach a wider audience and increase your brand visibility. As important as whatever it is. I just mentioned brand visibility here. For those big guys, I mentioned it. Reach a wider audience. Now, yeah, let me also give you an instance of what happens. Who has ever hosted an event? If you've ever hosted an event where you had to get brands to maybe sponsor, please just unmute so that we can have a conversation that everybody will benefit from. Is anybody like that here? Just raise your hand if you have, so we can have a conversation. Anybody? Okay, nobody. Okay, so nobody. All right, that's fine. So, okay, someone raised his hand. You raised it late. ACL software department. Okay, unmute now. Let's talk. If you are where you can talk, though. If you are not where you can talk, then
yes, where I can talk. I've had experience with 80 salads.
Okay, good, great. I can hear you.
Can you rephrase your question again?
Yeah, so it's not. I wanted us to have a conversation. You've had you've maybe handled an event, you've hosted an event, and you needed one of these big brands to actually maybe give you a sponsorship or a support, right?
Yes, in 2014, I hosted an event at St. Louis Catholic Church at Toyin Street, Alenavi.
Okay.
So it was a career event, and 80 salads, they sponsored the event. They gave us shirts, and they gave us some money. So we branded.
Did they ask? What did they ask for in return?
Okay, that we should advertise their brand. So the backdrop and the t-shirts we wore that we branded it with 80 salad logo.
That's good. Did they ask you for, or did they wanted to know like your track record? Have you done this event before, or what is going to be the number of participants that will be attending the event? Did they ask for any such details?
They asked for that. Yeah. Yes, they did.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate. Thank you. Yeah, so that's ACL. You can put your hand down now. So where I was trying to drive at, or what I wanted us to understand is that I noticed I mentioned there, it helps brand reach a wider audience and increase their brand visibility. If you want to host an event today and you need a big brand, they don't need anything from you apart from brand visibility. Finish. That's why I was asking him that question. What did they ask for in return? If you want to go and ask a brand, okay, I want you to sponsor my event, I want you to sponsor my stuff. What they want to know is, okay, this thing you're doing, is there a track record? Have you done it before? How many times have you done it? What is the number of people that you're going to likely attend? Because what do they want? Brand visibility. What are they asking from you? They just want to ensure that you have their brand materials positioned in your venue where you're hosting your event. So they want to have their backdrops. They want to, okay, Chizoba Kenichuku, thank you. Sorry, I was calling you ACL Software Department. That's what I saw in your name. All right, Chizoba Kenichuku, thank you so much. So they want to know if you have a they want to put their backdrops, they want to put their brand materials, their brand merch, they want to share their polos, they want to give winners the polos. The reason for doing this thing is because they want to increase their brand visibility. That's just what they want. They want visibility. You see, Coke, Pepsi spend a lot of money sponsoring Big Brother Naija because they are gaining a lot of visibility. And they know that Brother Naija is a show that has a lot of users, a lot of streaming, a lot of people watching the show. So what do? They sponsor the show with a certain amount of money, and they still sponsor with other stuffs like their brand materials. They give drinks, they share drinks, they share different stuffs, right? They do all this stuff because they want to be present. They want people to see their brand, right? So that is for them now. But in the aspect of digital marketing, this also helps increase your brand visibility, because the more you're on the online space, the more people are seeing your brand, the more people are communicating with your brand, the more people are getting to meet your brand and getting to connect with you one way or the other. So it also increases your brand visibility, right? And helps you reach a wider audience. Now, reaching a wider audience is something that we all know is very possible with digital marketing. Let's take, for instance, if somebody has a shop at Alaba International Market. He has 2 shops, 3 shops in Alaba International Market, but he's just in Alaba International Market. He doesn't have any presence online. He has nothing online. The tendency for him to make sales is going to be high because he's in a location. But his limitation is that he's only within that location, because anybody who, let's say another person does not even have any physical shop in Alaba International Market, but has goods and services, has products that the other person has, and has his presence online, and his presence online is doing very well. Who will make more sales? The person online. Why? Because he's reaching a wider audience. You at Alaba International Market, you'll be making sales, but you will only be making sales of people within Alaba International Market. So anybody that comes to the market and is a patronizer at that time, if the person does not come to the market, then you cannot make sales. So you see that digital marketing helps you reach a wider audience and increases your brand visibility. 2, it helps convert fans to customers who can go on to become loyal customers and advocates of the business. Who are fans? Who are customers? Fans. For me, let me use myself as an instance. I like giving examples when I'm teaching so that it helps send the message and you assimilate it faster. Who are fans? Like me now, I have some brands online that I follow. I've not bought from them before, but I like their brand stuff. I like the kind of contents they put out. I like the kind of stuff they do. So I'm a fan at that point in time. I'm a fan. I'm not a customer, right? But by the time I will eventually make a purchase, I become a fan. Now, they can convert me to a customer because I'm already following them. I already like what they do. I like how their online presence is. The day I decide to buy because maybe I have an immediate need that their product solves, or better still, I have a problem, and then I remember that, oh, there's this brand I'm always following because I like them. They can solve my problem. That day, I have been converted from a fan to a customer. And they can go on to become loyal customers and advocates of the business. Loyal customers in the sense that I can now decide to buy from them again and again and again if their product serves me well. An advocate of the business, I will now go on to tell other people about the business. oh, I know these people, they do like this, they do like this. And you know that the easiest and the best way to sell is when people are telling other people about your business. Sorry, a split second. All right. So the day I cannot become a loyal customer, right, and become an advocate of the business. And I was trying to explain that it's easier for people to buy from you when someone else is telling them. For instance, now I have maybe let's say for instance, I've been following I've been planning to buy maybe I'm planning to buy sneakers. And there's this brand I used to see, and I know that they sell sneakers, right? And I love their sneakers. And then a friend of mine comes, and one day I'm like showing him, so, oh, my guys, you, I like these sneakers. I won't buy from these people. What do you think? In that sense, the sneakers go away. But one more, I get person where they sell sneakers, so, and the guy, they sell correct sneakers, so, now my guy, like, na person where I know, gong. I will immediately I will leave the people that have been trying to buy all this wine from and buy from this person that my guy is introducing to me because he's my person. And I believe that if he's telling me that these people are actually legit, then it means that they are actually legit. That's what happens, right? We go out to become advocate of the business. There are businesses that I've advocated for. I've never met anybody from there before. I don't know them, they don't know me. But just because I was able to search for them, I got what I wanted to get from them, and I got what I wanted to get from them. It served me very well, right? Anybody that asks me, please, how can I do this? And I'll say, go and meet these people. They don't know me, but they have been making money via the people I have been referring. So that's what digital marketing does for you. 3, it helps you target your advertisements to the right audience. Now, this is the best part of it because we can target adverts to the right audience. That's why we have the targeting session when we are trying to run ads, whether Meta ads or even Google ads, because it helps you target to the right audience. Now, let's use another instance. I like giving examples, like I said. If I'm doing an ad on radio, I've mentioned I mentioned this the first time. Now let me use radio. I'm doing an ad on radio. And I mean, if you're doing an ad on radio, if you're a serious person, you are serious to do ad on radio, you'll be putting your jingles or whatever ads you're putting out on different radio stations. So let's say, for instance, now I put my ad on Wazobia, I put it on Wazobia, I put it on Cool FM, and then I put it on maybe another particular station, right? That is 3. And they have been running concurrently. So this close by. They have been running concurrently on different platforms. Excuse me. And somebody calls me and say, "Oh, I heard your ad from radio." Most of the people that listen to radio sometimes they don't know the particular station they are listening to. Some of them they just know they heard their ad from radio. I will not start asking them which radio station did you hear it from, right? Because it's going to be like trying to waste my customers' time. So I can't really track where my ad is coming from. So I can't track, and then I cannot know which place I need to put more, right? And of course, to target the right audience now is from, let's say you are running an ad on Facebook. You are running an ad on Facebook / Instagram, and you are running an ad for maybe a particular product. You can actually target people who will likely buy that product than just targeting random people, right? Even the algorithm, even if you say you don't want to do your own detailed targeting and you want to leave it to the algorithm of Facebook to do the targeting for you, it can still work better than when you're using traditional methods of marketing. Now, the next one is it is cost effective. Yes, I mentioned about cost effective. You spend less money when you're doing digital marketing than traditional marketing. Cost effective in the sense that you spend less money, like I mentioned. If you want to do a billboard today, if you've ever done a billboard, go and find out how much is the price of billboard. Billboard costs as much as 500,000 naira. Depends on the billboard, depends on the size of the billboard. You can be spending 300 to 500,000 naira for sometimes not even a month, sometimes barely a week or 2 weeks. Depends on the billboard, depends on the size of the billboard, and depends on the location of the billboard. So it's quite expensive. Same with radio. If you want to do radio jingle now, it's very expensive. It's not £1. If you want to do TV, you are going to be spending a lot of money. But if you want to do maybe an ad on a platform, you will spend money, but maybe not as large as you will if you're doing traditional methods of marketing. So it is very, 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 very cost effective. Now, you can measure the results of your marketing efforts. Yeah, I just mentioned that earlier when I thought about radio station and tracking where it is coming from. With digital marketing, you can actually measure the results. You can know, okay, this is where my result is coming from. Okay, is this platform? Okay, it's from LinkedIn, I'm getting more customers. Okay, it's from Facebook, I'm getting more customers. Let me focus on Facebook. Oh, okay, it was this particular ad that I ran that gave me more customers. Let me do more of this kind of ad. You get? So you can now target and measure the result of your marketing effort. You can know, okay, this ad did not do well. Oh. Why did he not do well? Oh, this customer came in, but he did not convert. Why did he not convert? Oh, this one happened this way. You can just measure and you can track. The next one is that it helps brands to build great relationships with their customers, right? It helps brands build great relationship with their customers. You can build a great relationship with your customer via digital marketing using social platforms, right? You can give shout out to your customers. You can tell your customers what you like about them. Your customer service can also be top notch from here. Right. Now, it helps brands to stay ahead of the competitors. Yep. With digital marketing, you can always stay ahead of your competitors because you will know what your competitor is doing and you will stay ahead of the person. I like to say this thing every time, and I'll say it again. I know that some of us have the notion that I'm not competing against anybody. I'm competing against myself. It's me against myself, me against me. It's true. It's good. I mean, it's good. I believe in it. It's the best way to live life. But you should always understand that there will always be competition, whether you are aware of it or not. Whether you like it or not, you have competitors. You have people competing against you, competing to be the best, competing to be on top, and you have to stay ahead of your competition. Whether it is personal branding or normal branding. You know, when we hear, even in the entertainment space, which these guys are their own personal brands, there's competition. This musician is trying to be better than this musician. This one is trying to drop a banger hit than this other one. This one is trying to, everybody is trying to stand out. So there is always competition, and you have to understand this. I always mention one thing in a football team. Let's use, for instance, the Nigerian that went to AFCON, right? Let's take that. They have over 26 players that went to the AFCON, I think, or 23. It's usually 26 for all these football competitions, right? But a coach can decide to make it 23. And out of that 26 or 23, how many people are going to play a football match? They are a team, but how many people will be playing a football match? Just 11, right? Just 11 players. And in that 11, there is now room for substitution, which is at the coach's discretion. The coach can decide not to make a sub in a football match, let everybody play for 90 minutes. The coach can decide to do only 2 subs. He can decide to do 1. He can decide to do only 3, or he can decide to utilize his 5 substitutions. Now, let's use on an average. He utilizes his 5 substitutions. That's how many players? 11 plus 5, 16. So what happens to the rest on the bench, right? So that's what it is. There's competition even among teammates. Because why are they training every day? They are competing in training for who is going to start the match, who the coach will pick over the other. So you need to understand that there will always be competition, and as a business, you should be up for it. So digital marketing helps you to stay ahead of your competitors. You're looking at what they are doing, and you can be able to do it better and become better than them, right? So that you can be able to stand out in the market. Coke and Pepsi are competitors every day till tomorrow. I saw an ad one time of Pepsi. Is it Pepsi or Coke? It's Pepsi. That was a Pepsi ad. That they really destroyed Coke in that ad one time like that. Yeah, let me move on. Now, the last thing here is that it gives the best return on investment when done properly. Yes, you spend less and you make more money if you do it properly. It gives good return on investment. The aim of every business, of course, is to make money, is to get return on investment. That's the aim. That's the aim of throwing in money into a business. So digital marketing helps you get return on investment when done properly. I was going to talk about that Pepsi ad. Let me just talk about it. So the ad is against two competitors, which I don't know why Pepsi did that. But I mean, it's the word of marketing. So it was a boy that looks like a South American country, a South American child, a boy. He's barely 5 years old. That's the average I can think of. And he went down to what's this thing called? I've forgotten what they call that. What was this? I've forgotten what they call this stuff. It's not entering my head. Where you put in a coin, if you want to get something, you put in a coin or you put in money, and then the thing, whatever item you want to get falls out for you. The name is not entering my head now. So that's what he went to do, right? He wanted to get a drink, and he went down to that stuff. He slotted in his coin. Coke was vending machine. Thank you, Juan. Sometimes these things they come off from my head. Thank you. So he went down to the vending machine and he slotted in his coin. And Coke was where his hand could get to, right? So there was Coke where he's 5 years old, of course. So you know how a 5-year-old looks like. He's not big, he's not tall. Pepsi was at the top, Coke was at the level his hand could get to. So he slotted in his coin into the vending machine, and the coin brought out a can of Coke. He collected it and he placed it on the ground. He slotted in the next coin, and I thought that, oh, okay, this boy wants to take 2 cans of Coke. And then the second can of Coke fell out, and he collected it again and placed it on the ground. Then he climbed on top of the 2 Cokes, the 2 cans. He put his leg on the 2 cans to elevate himself up, and slotted in his coin again to collect the Pepsi that was at the top. And then the Pepsi fell out. He came down, opened his Pepsi, and started going on his way. That was an ad from 2 competitors. What does that ad tell you? We are better than that. People will step on Coke to drink Pepsi. That's exactly what that ad is saying. Now people will climb Coke to drink Pepsi. So that's competition. Do they have competition amongst themselves? Yes. Is it healthy? Yes, it is healthy, because every day people are still patronizing the products and they are trying to do better by the day. So these are the benefits of digital marketing, as we can all see. I hope this is clear. Is there any question? Let me first of all say before I move on. Is that ad right? In the world of marketing, it is not right per se. Because I mean, as much as you're trying to improve your own or sell your own products, it's not right that you rubbish the product of others completely. But you know, specifically with the brand name, I'm sure you watch that ad. You see that when a company wants to say the other brand is not good, they use their brand color, or not specifically the name. For instance, now if MTN wants to do an ad and they are trying to throw a jab at Glow, the person or the other person that will be playing the Glow role will be wearing a green polo, right? So slightly throwing a jab at Glow. You know that it is Glow that these people are jabbing at, but they are not putting the name exactly. But this one had the name precisely. I don't know why. I've not heard of any class action or any lawsuits against Pepsi for that. I don't think it's right, but I mean, these guys, they probably know better. Yeah. probably know better. So let's move on. Why is my system being so slow today? So these are the benefits of digital marketing. Yeah, is there any other question? Just before I move on. Okay, no question. So let's move on then. Don't know why my system is being slow unnecessarily. Now let's look at the considerations to market online. When you want to market anything online, you want to do any digital marketing services, what are the things you should consider? What are the things you should look out for? What are the things you should know? Right? Number one, who am I? Who am I now is not you precisely, is in terms of your brand. Who am I as a brand? Right? What is my mission as a brand? What is my vision as a brand? What are the values of my brand? You need to know exactly who you are. It's just like also as in life. You need to know who you are as a person to be able to make this life worthwhile or have anything good come out of life for you. You need to define who you are as a person. You need to define, have your clear vision in life, have a clear mission in life, and know your value. It's the same thing for a brand or your business. You need to understand the mission of your business. What is this business out to solve? What's this business out to eliminate? What's the vision? Where do I see this business in the next couple of times or couple of years? So how do I market online to ensure that I meet up this vision? What is the value of my brand, right? What's the value? What values are you offering? What core values do you have as a business? So that's number one consideration. Number two is what do I offer, which is where you now have to determine your own unique selling point or your unique selling proposition. What makes you different from the other person? What makes you stand out from the other competitor? Oh, both of you are selling the same thing. But what makes you stand out? What makes you different from the person that is selling the other place? Right? That's where you have to determine what your unique selling proposition is. Consider your product and your services that you're offering. Do you want to be unique in your pricing? Do you want to be unique in your product quality? Do you want to be unique in your product packaging? You just have to be unique in your own way to make you stand out. If not, you will just be amongst the noise. You need to still want to stand out from the noise, right? So consider your products or your services and have a unique selling point. Now, the third question is, where am I? That is where you have to understand your position in the market and that of your competitors. You know where your competitors are, what they are doing, and you look at what they are doing and try to see if you can do better. Now, there's one thing I will always say. In the world of marketing, or even in the world in general, there's nothing that is new under the sun. I will talk about. So, what do? Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to stress to do everything on your own, right? Everything, every new idea that you think is better as a result of an already existing idea or an already existing product that has been existing. So what do? You copy, you paste, and you make it unique. I was reading a book, I think I've done reading that book, How to Steal Like an Artist. And the writer said that there's nothing that you need to do, that you have to start afresh. Just look for what is working, copy it, but make it your own, right? Now, let's look at projects, for instance. If you are doing a project work and you go and copy word for word from wherever you got your word from, it is termed plagiarism, right? Because you copy the word for word. But when you copy from different sources, now, when you take from different sources and you reference them, but they read the work and it is unique. Like, yes, they know that it is your own. It is now what? Research. So that's what it is, right? You copy from different sources and you make it your own. You innovate. Somebody said innovate. Yeah. You innovate and make it your own, make it unique, make it look like you, let it have your own voice, let it have your own shooting, right? And you use it to run so that you don't stress yourself trying to think over and over and over and over again. Okay. So that is that for understanding your competition and knowing where they are in the market, having an insight into what they are doing and trying to do your own to be better. Now, the next question is why do I have to market online? This is where you need to know your why. Why am I doing this thing? Why am I doing this? Why am I online? Why am I selling this product online? Why am I trying to push this business online in the online space? Why exactly am I doing it? If your why is not strong enough, you will fall out. Because I will be very honest, brutally honest with you, as honest can be. Marketing in the online space, marketing in general is even hard. Marketing in the online space is harder because there are a lot of people that are trying to gain attention. A lot of people are doing things. The attention span of people has become so low. So you have to put in extra work and extra effort. And even putting in the work and the effort sometimes makes it look as if you're not doing anything. But actually things are happening. You just don't see it yet. And by the time you look like, oh, you're trying, nothing is working, you're doing this, you're hitting your head on the ground, you're doing this, you're doing that, it's not working. You decide, let me just rest. This thing done too much. Let me rest. Let me rest for like 1 week first, and then I'll continue again. I take 1 week break. From 1 week, 1 month, from 1 month, 6 months, from 6 months, 1 year. And before you know it, you are falling out of business. Right? So you need to know and understand your why. Why? What is your why? So that when the challenges come, it is your why that will keep you in business. It is your why that will make you from fall. That will help you to stand without falling off on the slightest challenge that you face. Let's move on. Okay.
That was well said. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I don't know I'll hold on, please. I'm sharing my screen again. Something is not sitting right. I don't know what the problem is. Okay. Just a second. I'll just share my screen. Sorry. Okay, you can see my screen, right? You can see my screen. Sorry, I don't know what's going on, if it's a network or something. I don't know. Yeah, okay. We stopped at why. Now the next question is, who are my target markets? Yeah. Who are my target markets? Who is my target market? Right? Now, without understanding your target market, you will end up wasting your marketing efforts. Right? It will be as if you're pouring water on the back of a hen or a cock, and once he shakes his feathers, all the water will just, So you need to know who are your target markets so you don't end up wasting your time. You don't end up putting out things that are irrelevant to your audience. Because every business has its target markets. One of the mistakes that you will make as a business person is to think that your product is for everybody. I was speaking to somebody one time, and he said, one of my students, actually in one of my classes, he said, he said he does, what does he does again? Fumigation of of environment. I asked him, okay, so you're doing fumigation. Who are your target markets? He says his target market should be everybody. I say, how is everybody your target market? Am I your target market? He said, yes, you're my target market. I said, I'm not your target market. And he said, why? How can't you be my target market? I said, because I'm not looking to fumigate anything. So who are your target market again? He said he doesn't know. And I told him, your target market are people who are newly people who are just building up apartments newly, people who are moving into new apartments. Those are your target market mostly. And people who look to fumigate an environment. So you need to know exactly who your target markets are, because everybody cannot be, no matter the business you do, even if you sell Zobo, even if you are selling Zobo, at that point, your target market are people who are looking for healthy drinks or healthy foods. It's not everybody that will just stay and just want to drink Zobo. Some people don't even like it. So people who don't even like Zobo are not your target market. The man who carries blocks in what's it called now? Who's building a house, an apartment, and he's always carrying blocks. He's not a target market because he will prefer to drink Coke and bread over Zobo. So you see how it goes. So you need to understand who your target markets are so that you don't end up wasting your marketing efforts by putting things out there that are irrelevant to your audience. And how do you know your target markets are? By research. By researching, we have your research your target markets by drafting a buyer persona to understand their needs and tailor your marketing to suit those needs. Yeah. You research. And the best form of research will always be conversations with these persons, one-on-one conversations with these persons. Because when you're having a conversation with whoever, of course, we are not saying that because you want to have a target market, you have to go about interviewing everybody that is in your target market. It cannot be possible, right? So you treat it like when you're doing research for a project. Like if you're doing a project work now and you're supposed to take a survey. Let's use survey now, for instance. And they said, oh, okay, let's say for instance, your project work is supposed to be, you're supposed to do a survey of why kids, why teenagers, let's say teenagers now between the ages of this to this are subject to using hard drugs or hard substances, right? And you're supposed to probably go. You cannot go and start rounding up all the teenagers on the streets, on the road, or on every school to ask them questions. You go to probably maybe a particular school. Maybe you can decide to go to maybe a government school and go to a private school, and you share your survey form and ask them to fill. That filling is going to help you understand, to know it would even help you know the children in particular in which of the schools that are more prone to getting into substances. Of course, the questions are going to be you're going to be the person to ask the kind of questions that you want them to answer so that they're going to be able to answer you. Now, that's for maybe like a business, a project. Coming down to where you have to do it for a business and you want to do your research, one-on-one research is always better because you're now talking with them, you're conversing with them, you're understanding exactly what they feel, you understand exactly the pain they feel. Let's say you're selling a product for diabetes now, for instance, and you want to sell a diabetes solution to them, a diabetes product. The best way to actually know is to talk to someone that has diabetes. Yes, there are a lot of resources online, there are a lot of things you hear online, but talking to a person who has diabetes, who has experienced firsthand what diabetes does to him, will give you a better insight. They will be able to tell you what kind of pains that they feel. Because people hide a lot of things. They will tell you what kind of pains they feel, how they feel the pains, what kind of drugs they've been using in the past that probably are not working, what kind of drugs they hope can be invented in the future, or what kind of solution they hope to use in the future, because the ones they have been using, they're probably exhausted or they're not giving them what they want. You know, these conversations help to actually put out exactly and help you know, okay, if this person in my target market has this particular kind of symptoms because he's suffering from diabetes, it likely means that other people in this particular sector will also be facing the same thing. You can interview like 2 or 3 people, you will definitely find similarities in how they feel, in what they face, and what their challenges have been. And you can use that to look for a general and say, okay, oh, in my target market, in my business, these are my target market, these are the kind of things that they pass through, these are the kind of things that they feel. So these are the kind of brand messages or business messages that I will most likely look at using. This is the kind of marketing I will most likely use at doing. This is the kind of content I will most likely create or most likely talk about that will actually capture their attention. it makes your marketing efforts to be more tailored to how these people think and how you can resolve their problem well and will make them listen to you, right? People in the film industry do it. They have what we call method actors. Who are method actors? Method actors are actors that live the life of their character before they come on set. They go and live the life of their character. Why? Because they want to understand exactly what the character is passing through before they come on set so that they can be able to interpret the story exactly the way it is supposed to be told. I know of an actor, I can't remember his name now. It's Hollywood, of course, not Nollywood. He was supposed to play the role of a psychopath. And he had to go to a psychiatric ward, like as per where Yaba left. He had to go to the psychiatric ward and he stayed with psychiatric patients for over a month. He was attending their therapy sessions. He was living with them. He was sleeping in the ward for a month so that he can adapt and acclimatize to how these people are behaving. He will learn everything he needs to learn. And when he comes on set, definitely, he will deliver. Those are method actors. I also learned about an actor who was supposed to play a role where I think I can't remember exactly what he was supposed to play. And he had to go to a remote community, a remote place, stay there without light, without power, without internet, without nothing, just to ensure that he understands how it actually feels to live that life. Christian Bale, when he played the role of the machinist, he had to eat 1 apple per day so that he can actually tone down to look like the character he was playing. He was eating 1 apple per day. 1 apple per day. He played the role of the machinist. He was looking so thin that even the director was scared that he might die because he was lacking. He was looking like somebody that is like, he was looking like rope. So you see that even actors have to go through this kind of things to be able to interpret their stories well. As a business person, you also need to be able to do your own research to be able to interpret what your customers are looking for and what you can be able to give to them that will actually suit them and suit your marketing efforts to be better. From your research, you can now decide to do a buyer persona. Now, if you cannot do your one-on-one marketing research, like having conversations, that's where the surveys come in. That's where you now, that's where you create surveys. You can create surveys with Google Forms, which is the simplest, the most common, and the most easiest. You can create your survey with SurveyMonkey. There are different ones, right? Your survey will have questions that will know the demographic of your audience, like their age grade, their age range, their location, where they stay, their marital status. I mean, that's necessary. Those are demographic information like who they are, their name, if their name can even be that big a deal, but yeah, their name too, right? I don't usually subscribe to names because there's no need for name. You just need to know their geographic location, their age grade, if it's probably their occupation, maybe how much they earn on an average, if your business has to do with knowing how much they earn on an average as well. And then knowing other information that you need to know, like what would they like to see, what kind of products would they like to see. A second, please. Sorry. I stopped at my flow. Yeah, so you can use these surveys or forms to create a survey and send them out. You post it on your socials, post it on your WhatsApp platform, ask people to fill out, and they fill out. Because the survey does not have to be long, it has to be as short as possible, as straightforward to the point as possible. You get the information you want to get, you know exactly who your target markets are, you know exactly how you want to actually reach out to these people, you know what they have been passing through, and how best one-on-one conversation is the best, like I said, because even the survey is going to limit you to an extent, but I mean, it's better than nothing, right? So that is how you can actually do your market research to actually know exactly who your target market are. Are we following? Please? Now, show us another last thing.
Yes, we're following. Yes, I'm following.
Yes, sir, we are following on.
Yeah, we're listening. I'm watching your presentation. Well done.
We are following.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So what should we do now? So before we go forward, let me show us. Yeah, these are the sorry, Titi Lope, you're in a noisy environment. Sorry. So these are the different stages to marketing online. I want you to pay attention to what you can see here. Before we do something else, pay attention to what you can see here. I'm trying to be as fast as possible. What do you notice in this diagram? What do you notice?
Funnel.
It's a funnel. Thank you.
I think it's upside down for me.
It's a funnel. It's upside down. Yeah. It's a funnel. And notice why it's a funnel. Because from the top, of course, the funnel is always bigger at the top. And as it goes down, it gets smaller. That's the same thing with how your marketing is going to look like in reality. You can see that the very top of this funnel is bigger, and that's the C stage. Reason being that at the C stage is where so many people are going to be seeing your product. Tom, Dick, Harry, a lot of people will be seeing your product at that stage. A lot of people will have access to seeing your content, seeing the kind of things you're saying, right? So it's going to be bigger because you're going to be in the faces of people at every interval. That's the C stage. Now we have the think stage. The think stage is where not everybody who saw your product will actually be thinking about your product. So the set of people that have seen your product have seen it. Now you have gotten to the think stage where people who are not supposed to think about your product are thinking about it. That's those people who really require your product or services will now be thinking about your product. And you can see that it now reduces at that stage. At the C stage, of course, you are there. At the think stage, where they have seen your product and they're now thinking about it, you still need to be in their faces. You need to be in their faces. You need to give them other contents or topic that validates what they first saw, that will also help them validate their decision to want to take. So that will help them to validate making a decision. So let's say, for instance, at the C stage, you showed somebody that this is why this thing is not good, or this is why this is this and this is this. And then at the think stage where they're thinking about it, it's not like you actually know that this person is at the think stage, but your content coming out again is telling them that this is more reasons why you should take this particular action, right? And then they are started thinking about what your brand or whatever. And then after the think stage, they now get to the do stage. What is the do stage? Where they take action, right? They've thought about it. Oh, okay, I'm ready to get this product. I'm ready to patronize this person's services. And then they now take action. When they are at the do stage, you want to ensure that you are everywhere so that they will see you. They don't need to start looking for you, because the moment they start looking for you and they can't find you, they will go on to the next person. So that's the do stage, right? Then the care stage is where you care for them, right? You try to understand them and try to find out how best they're using your product, because it is easier to sell to a returning customer than to sell to a new customer. Because if you are selling to somebody that you have sold to before, the person has probably passed through all of these stages. But if you're selling to a new person, you have to start from here again. So somebody who has bought from you before has bought from you. The person will not stress you that much, although some stress, some used to stress, but the person will not stress you that much. The person knows that, okay, this is what I bought the last time. This is how it worked for me. It worked well. I want to buy another one. Sometimes they'll say, I'm buying maybe like 2, or I'm buying 2 extra or 3 extra. Once you give me a discount, I mean, it's normal business term, normal language. So you can decide to say, okay, I'll give you discount this, or I'll give you next time if it suits you. Right? But the care stage is where you care for them. Oh, how are you doing? How is the product doing? Are you enjoying this product? Are you making good use of it? Is it serving the purpose that which you got it for? This stage is where you do your caring. At this stage, you can upsell and you can cross-sell, right? You can upsell, you can sell a product that will actually complement the one that you have sold to them. You can cross-sell, you can sell another product that has nothing to do with what you sold before, but you still sell it to them. So that's the care stage. And that is how this funnel works. See, think, do, and care, right? Those are the stages. This is not a lay down on stone, right? Then we can, some other people, quite a different context, but practically almost the same thing, is what we call the AIDA formula. AIDA. Some of us must have heard us, some of us must actually know what it means already. AIDA. The first A stands for attention. The I stands for interest. The D stands for desire. And the A stands for action. Quite a different context, but quite similar. A stands for attention. Attention being that you need to grasp the attention of people with whatever you're putting out, especially when it comes to your content or your marketing efforts. Like I mentioned earlier, the attention span of people is really dropping. It's low. Like, it's low now. People can't spend long hours on a thing anymore, right? So, I mean, you should know about this. We all have Instagram. Some of us have on TikTok. What do we do there? We go to the platforms. We are probably scrolling through Instagram Reels. You're scrolling through Reels, right? Any reel that pops up on your face, you look at it. If it is not interesting, you do what? You swipe. If they don't capture your attention, what do? You swipe. You look at this one comes in, the first split second does not capture your attention. What do? You swipe. That's what it is. The attention, even your own attention span is low. So if the person does not grab your attention, immediately you do what? You swipe. That's the first A. The second A now is interest. You've got their attention. Now, are you going to make them interested in your product or service? Are they going to be interested? Oh, they have seen it. I got their attention. They've opened my stuff. They've looked at it. Are they interested? Same thing with, let me use the phone again. You're going through Instagram Reels. Some you came across a video. It caught your attention. You want to stare at it. You say, oh yeah, let me watch the first, maybe it's a 2 minutes or 3 minutes video. You say, okay, let me watch the first 10 seconds. You saw the first 10 seconds and it wasn't interesting enough. What you first saw grasped your attention, but the first 10 seconds or the first maybe 15 seconds doesn't interest you. What do? You swipe. So after getting people's attention, you want to ensure that they stay interested in whatever you're putting to them. Then the third thing is desire, the D. Desire. Do they desire your product? Now you've grasped their attention, you've gotten them interested. Will they desire your product? You need to ensure that they desire what you're selling to them. You desire the product you're selling to them. They desire the services that you're offering to them. And then the last one is where they now take action. The action part is okay, they desire my product. Now they want to make a purchase. You see, it's quite similar with this, just slight differences, right? So they have taken action. That's the AIDA. Attention, interest, desire, and then what? Action. I mean, those ones are not on my slide. So just take it as it comes, because I'll be saying quite a lot of things. I hope we got that AIDA. Now, one thing I also want to see is that as a business person, who will be marketing your product or services. You want to be able to tap into the emotional aspects of people, the emotional aspects of your target market. That it will always win. Emotions will always win over intellectuals because people buy first with their emotions. Maybe some products have their own exceptions, maybe, but 90% of times people will buy first with their emotions. They saw something, the emotion liked it. It is, oh, I love this stuff. It is probably later that their brain will start thinking about the implications, the costs of it. Maybe you don't have enough money, those kind of stuff. But first things first is the emotional part of it. That's why you see some products when they are selling, they will say, if you miss it now because you don't have money, then you're trying to emotionally blackmail people to go. Some people go as far as borrowing money to buy that product or purchase that service. Because why? The seller or the marketer has been able to tap into the emotions of these people, has been able to use emotions to actually get these people. I'll tell you some different emotions that different industries play on. For instance, let me use the betting people now. They play on greed and addiction. I was saying something the other time that any business that is built on addiction, right? Like the business that you're doing is something that, I mean, it's rare to find this kind of business, but the business that you're doing that is something that people get addicted. You are into making a lot of money, right? For instance, the betting companies. Betting is an addiction per se, right? It's an addiction. Recently, a basketballer was banned because he had a betting addiction. He was even betting against his own team. He will bet that his own team should lose. That's how betting can be. And that's how these betting companies, they play, right? There's an emotion, there's betting, addiction to it. Now, let's leave the addiction part of it now. The next part is greed. They use that greed. That's what they play on, greed. You want to put 2,000 to get 30,000. Oh my God. So if I just play 2,000 now, if this Arsenal win champions, if Arsenal win the Bayern, I will win 30,000. Make I put that. You see greed. Yes. If he caught, my money go. That's greed. And that's the emotion they are playing on. Because they know that people are greedy. Generally, human beings, we are all greedy. All of us, we are greedy. So they will play on that emotion. Okay, okay, make I put 2,000, I'll go win 20,000. That's like 10 times my money. Make I put that. That's greed. And that's what the betting companies use. Another industry can use fear. The medical people use it. Yes, I know that people who are medical will argue with me that it's a lie, or they will not say it's a lie. They will say, but what they are telling you will actually happen. Yes, what they are telling me will actually happen, but you are putting fear in my system. And it is the fear of that thing happening that will make me want to purchase your service. Okay, let's use, for instance, I have, or I don't know. I have, there is probably a particular ailment or sickness or whatever, potentially dangerous. And you are telling me, if you don't treat this thing like this is what will happen to you, this is what will happen to you, this is what will happen to you. I hear so many symptoms. I hear so many side effects. What's the first thing that enters my mind? I'm scared. I panic. Oh my God. So if I don't treat this, how do I do it now? And the next thing I want to treat it. That's fear. Right? So you see that emotion, it works too. There are others. Some people use hate, like what was used during the elections. The elections, there was a lot of hate that was spread, and some people say conforming to one aspect. This one say I'm this one. This one say I'm this one. This party now hates this party. This other party have people who are championing the cause, preaching that these people are like this people are like this set of people are like this, they're like this, they're like this, they are non-entities, they are good for nothing, they don't want your progress, they don't want this, they don't want that. And hate begins to grow in this particular circle. And they continue to patronize those people who keep on telling them, who keep on feeding them with the hate. Right? So that's one emotion. Hate. Adolf Hitler used it during his time against the Jews in Germany, making the other Germans hate the Jews, kept preaching it. So that's it. Those are the things you want to be able to actually capitalize on, to actually make good sales as a person. You want to be able to capitalize on the emotions of. I just give examples of emotions. I didn't say that is what you will use. Or I just give examples of what kind of emotions are in play and how people use them differently. And then I talked about addiction, right? The addiction that people can use to sell to you or any other person. Now, I want to ask a question. So anybody can raise their hand and answer me, male or female. What is the business model of the social media companies? Of the different social media companies. What do you think is their business model? Yes, ugr.net, your hand is up. It seems like a tech guy.
Advertisements. I think they want to advertise.
Advertisements. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, there are no wrong answers here, so anything you say is correct. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Who's typing? Vivian says e-commerce. Okay, e-commerce. Okay. Chloe's iPhone. Okay, Chloe's iPhone. Your hand is up. Check your name.
Algorithms.
Vera says social network. Okay, thank you, Chloe's iPhone. Chloe's iPhone says algorithms. UGRnet says at UGR.net. Sorry, I'll be calling you whatever I see. Says advertisements. Vera says social network. Vivian says e-commerce. Yeah, we are all in line. Any other person wants to say something? Chloe's iPhone, you can put down your hand. Any other person wants to give a try? What do you think? What would you say? Okay, nobody. Okay, nobody for now. Okay, so I'll just so you are all correct, right? We are all correct in our own ways, in different ways. Yes, it is advertisement because they sell adverts to people. Yes, it is social network because of course there is social network. Yes, it's e-commerce because of course they sell stuffs to you. They have products that they sell, which is their product. Algorithms, yes, they use a lot of algorithms as well. Yeah, thank you. So we are all correct, but I'll say that their business model is keeping you glued to the screen, keeping you addicted to their business model is screen time. Let's just use it that. Let's just keep it at that. Screen time. I'll tell you how. The more time you spend on your screen, on social media, the more time you spend on Instagram, the more time you spend on Facebook, the more their algorithm, like he said, studies your behavior online, studies what you like. And when the algorithm understands what you like, the more they give you what you like, and the more they give you what you like, the more you stay on screen. The more you stay on screen, the more adverts they show to you. And the more adverts they show, the more money they make. However, it is a win-win situation for everybody. Now let's use the instance. You are on a social media platform. Let me use myself for instance now. I'm somebody that if I go online, right, I think one of the people that have the strongest algorithm recently is TikTok and Twitter. Instagram are still trying. I mean, they are trying. They are doing very well. But I think TikTok and Twitter have one of the strongest algorithms. Like they can study what you are doing, and the next thing they are pushing them to you. Now, I use myself. I'm a person that if I go online, I like all this. Don't judge me, but I like all this. People who are playing with their life with wildlife. That's how I put it. People who are playing with their life with wildlife. You know, all these people who play with lions. There's one particular guy, I don't know, I can't even remember his name. He's always playing with snakes, different kind of snakes. The last time I saw him playing with a black mamba, literally carrying the snakes. Like he knows the snake can hurt him. The snake has attempted to bite him on several occasions. He plays with different snakes per se. The snake attempts to bite him on different occasions. He just keeps dodging, but he's always with it. All these people who play with lions, all these Arabs who play with, who keep lions and tigers as pets. I just see that in a lot. I don't know. I just like it. Like, it just amuses me per se. And the algorithm studies that I like this kind of stuff. It also knows that I also watch football a lot. So sometimes I tend to see a lot of short compiled videos of football, right? I see all these things. So the algorithm has studied that these are the kind of contents I like. What does it do? It pushes this kind of content to me. It drags this kind of content to my face. So I'm online. It's giving me a variety. It will give me the animal content where people are playing with animals. I know it knows I will stay on the screen because of that. It will give me football content. It knows I will stay on the screen because of that. It will give me maybe a content on marketing because I watch a lot of content on marketing. It will give me something like that because it knows that I like those kind of stuff. Then in between, it will also give me a new content, something I am not used to, something I have not watched before. Notice how the algorithm is intelligent. It gives it to me so that it wants to study if I will like it. If it sees that I don't spend time on it, I move immediately. It doesn't want to show me that kind of stuff again. And then when it shows me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contents that I like, in between, you will now see an ad. Right? They will now show me an ad. The ad will play, I will pass it, they will show another ad after another 5 or 4. What are they doing? They are ensuring that they keep me on screen. They want me to be on screen time. So that the more contents I watch, the more they will continue to show ads to my face. And the more they are showing ads, the more they are charging people who are advertising by impression for advertising. So what are they doing? They are making money, right? They are making money by keeping me on screen and showing me ads. They are making money from the advertisers. Now, the contents that they are showing me, those content creators are making money because they will pay the content creators to create more content to keep me on screen. So they pay the content creator to keep me on screen. The ad person pays them to show his ad to me. And me, in turn, I am happy because I am satisfied and I get joy seeing what I want to see on screen. So you see, it is a win-win situation. It's a love triangle. IB is happy that he's seeing what he likes to see. The things he's seeing are giving him joy. They are happy because I'm seeing it, I'm on screen. They are showing me ads. They are charging by impression for the ads. The content creator that is creating content that I'm seeing is happy because they are paying him for also creating content. So it is a love triangle. So their business model is screen time. Now go and determine what your own business model is so that you know how you want to make your money. That's just theirs. right? So let's move forward. Will I show us how to do this stuff? Are we together, guys? Do we, you know, I've been talking. Let me be sure that I'm not talking to myself. Oh.
We are following up, sir. I'm listening. I'm with you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. I just like to ask in between lines if everybody is flowing. Yeah. So we talked about doing your research for marketing. I would like us to be very quick with what we want to do now. We'll quickly do a survey so that you can know, since probably most of us might not have the opportunity to, most of us will not have the opportunity to, what's it called now? Meet with our clients one-on-one, or meet with the people we are supposed to buy from, are supposed to be a target market one-on-one. We'll most likely use a survey, right? And the simplest of them all, like I said, is Google survey. So how do you use Google survey? I know that there are so many people here that know how to use it. And I know that there are still a lot of people that do not know how to use it. So we'll all learn together, even though we are not going to be learning at the same pace. Yes, some people will be faster than some, but all the same, we'll keep moving. So let's go to a new tab. I'll share your screen. I'll do something really quick so that we can dive into the next thing we want to go to today. Can you see my screen? So we'll go down to this place. This is a new screen altogether. This is Chrome browser. I want to use the Google Forms. We want to use Google Forms, right, to you know, do our own survey. So we'll go down here, this 6 dots that is formed into a square on your Chrome browser. You have to do this with a laptop. You probably not see with a phone. And you come down, you type on it, you're going to see the different Google apps. So Google has various apps from Google My Business to YouTube to Gmail. You can know how to use the form. The major thing is how you want to ask the questions. Now we have Gmail, Play Store. Okay, let me use another account. I don't know. Let me just use this one. The different Google products, right? From Business Profile Manager, Google Maps, YouTube, Play Store, News, Gmail, Google Meet, Google Chats, Contact, Drive. You know, these are all Google products, right? So you just scroll down and you're going to see Google Forms. You will see Google Forms here. You click on Google Forms. I'll be very fast with this so that we can move. Now, this is Google Forms, and this is Google Forms that are in my account. So you can see that they already have created templates that they have created. There's contact information here, which is a template. There is T-shirt sign up here, which is a template. There is RSVP template, right? So we want to create a form from scratch. So we'll go to blank form, which is this here. I'll click on blank form, and it will come out. So the first things first is that we have to name the form or the survey with whatever name that we are trying to give to. So now let's say we want to do something on what do we do now? Let's say we want to do something on what do we do? Okay, let's just say real estate now. Right, let's say real estate. We want to do something regarding real estate. And we can now title this thing something. I want to give it something good. On the top of my head, I don't know. Understanding your real estate needs. I don't know, just off the top of my head, that's what just entered. Yeah. So let's say we title that Understanding Your Real Estate Needs, because we want to understand what these people in real estate that we are trying to service will be doing. So you guys are going to help me out, because you'll be telling me the kind of questions that you think should be on this form so that we can be able to flow together and finish it as quick as possible. So we'll now describe the form, which is like explaining exactly what this survey is going to be for, so that anybody that is seeing the survey for the first time, we know, okay, this is what it is for. So we can now say this survey is intended or intends to, not is intends to understand your real estate needs, to understand the problems you might have encountered in real estate, and how best we can solve it. Right, so I can decide to give a what's it called now? A disclaimer. Can decide to say no slash p every information provided in every information you provide, let's say you, so that it is personalized, will be kept confidential and will not be used for any other purpose without your permission / consent. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? You can read it, just go through it and see. Okay, good. Okay, good. So let's flow. So question 1 now. Now we have under these forms, for those of us who have used it before, will probably be more conversant with it. Those who have not used it, you might not be as conversant with it, but I will just explain now, because I know that there are going to be different set of people in every class. Now we have multiple choice, right? We have check boxes. These are all options of how you want people to give you answers. We have multiple choice, short answer, paragraph, multiple choices, check boxes, drop down, file upload. It depends on what you want and what kind of question you're asking, right? It can be a multiple choice question where they have to choose a selected answer. It can be a checkbox where they have to select multiple answers. It can be a paragraph where you want them to write a long statement. It can also be a short answer where you want them to just give you a one-word answer. Now, what is the first question we will likely ask? Anybody? First question. This is the point where we are all going to interact together. So help me. Name. Osama Oluwatanifayo says that, oh, sorry, let me know mother your name. Oluwatanifayo. Sorry, please. Forgive me. Says name. Email verification says divine. I agree with both of you, but I still do not agree. I don't always subscribe to name coming first. There's a reason. You just want information. Take the information and leave. Email verification. When you say email verification, what do you mean by email verification? Because already this form is collecting emails automatically. So I think it should be something else. Any other person wants to give me a try? This thing takes time or sometimes. Contact details, still the same thing. I think that should be coming last. Collect the information first. Phone number, still the same thing. Collect information first before you ask for personal details. They will likely not want to give you personal details. Name. How long have you been in real estate? Favor Wanchuko. Okay, thanks. Name, UGR.net. Okay. How long have you been in real estate? Okay. So I can see quite a lot of questions, but most forms start with personal details. Yes, most forms start with personal details. Most of those forms are forms that you are filling for, what's it called now? Those are the ones that you need something from them, not them needing something from you as per survey. If most of the forms I see that call is the one that you probably need something, you want to apply for something, you want to be a part of something, not the one that maybe you are the one that need something from them. This time you need information because you want to do a survey. Income range, thank you, Chloe's iPhone. So let's start with something. Let's start with age. So you know the age bracket. Yeah, what's your desired location? Thank you. Those are questions that will come in. Now we have age, first of all, and you can leave that as a age range. I think it should be age range. Don't even say age because some people will not want to tell you their age in particular. Yeah, so it has changed automatically. So you can give options. So you can say maybe 22 or 18 to whatever age range you want to put it, 18 to 25. 25 or 26 to 35, 36 to 45, as the case might be, right? And then you just put an age range that you want. Thank you. What type of property are you looking for? I'm loving those questions that I'm seeing. So I'll just end it here, 45 to 46 to 55. I'll end it there, right? So we can just move on. Now we add the next question from here. Add question, right? We've put age range. We've put occupation. So you know the occupation of the people that will most likely buy something from you. So we're starting with demographics, right? Occupation. You know the occupation of people that will most likely buy something from you. So we can say you leave occupation to be short answer, right? Let them just put their occupation by themselves. So we'll change it to short answer. You get. Now the next question that comes in, we've put age range, we've put occupation. We've put age range, we've put occupation. What's the next demographic question that you want to ask? Marital status.
Gender.
Let you know. Gender. Thank you. Gender. Gender now will be male. Female. Prefer not to say. You can add he/she, him/her, you know, because this is gender plenty. So we have gender. We've had age range, we have occupation, we have gender, we have marital status. Yeah, so you know if the people who most likely be buying from you are people who are married or single. or if, I mean, depends on the kind of apartment you have. Marital status you have, married, which one always comes first? Is he married or single? Single. Divorced. Widowed. Thing is widowed. Is there any other thing? No, I don't think there's any other option there. So this looks good, right? Now we've gotten we've gotten demographic information. I mean, basically most of what we need: their age range, their occupation, right? To know their gender, are they male or female mostly? Their marital status, are they married or single, right? And then I think that pretty much covers what we need. Now, the next questions will now be going a little bit deeper. So I'm going to take from the questions that have been suggested by some of us here. Yeah, the first question is, not how long have you been in real estate? The one I'll take here is, what's your desired location? Yeah, so I can decide to say, what's your desired or preferred location for, and is it an apartment now, right? We are doing more of apartments. Is it apartments we are doing, or buying of land? Which one? For a property, let's just say a property, because yeah. So we say, what's your preferred location for a property or to purchase a property? I don't know what the language should be better, right? So what are the preferred locations you want to give? You want it, so is it that you give them the option to select from? You give them multiple. This should even be multiple choice. It can be, maybe, if you have different locations in mind, you give it. But to save yourself stress, right? You can just make this a short answer. To save yourself stress, I also save them stress. They will just type where they want. If it's Lekki Aja, if it's I think it should even be long answer, because some of them might have multiple locations. So I'll leave it at a paragraph, right? Some of them might have multiple locations in mind. So normally, if you can exhaust all the locations, you're supposed to check boxes. But since we can't exhaust so many locations at this time, all right, we'll just leave it at this. Then we'll go to the next question. What is going to be the next question? I've checked desired location. What type of property are you looking to? Yeah, what type of property are you looking for? Yeah, so that's the next question. What type of property are you looking to own? Whether it's to own today or tomorrow or next tomorrow, right? This one now you have to give them options, because most of them might not know. So we can see a duplex, I mean, plenty things. A 3-bedroom apartment. This is now for real estate as per see wetin Baba tell me.
Sorry, is anyone talking? It's like I'm not hearing anything again.
Sorry. Can you hear me now? I didn't know I was mute.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you for calling that out. Yeah. So what have I added? Yeah, we've added. I mean, like I was saying that these questions are just coming off the top of my head now. They are flying out. But if you want to create your own, it is something you have to take your time and create the questions. I'm just showing us how to go about the questions so that you don't waste their time. They don't waste your own. Because the truth is that they are not obligated to fill your survey. That's one thing I will say. They are not obligated to fill it. They are just doing it because they need to do it, right? So you want to go straight to the point, hit the nail on the head, get the answers you want to get, know their problems, and move on, right? So now we've asked them what kind of apartment they'll be looking to get. This is to help you get a better understanding of what kind of apartment people are mostly looking for. So you can exhaust your options. Now, the next question is amount range you have in mind. Okay, this also works. It's how I'm going to put that question now that I'm thinking about. What's the range? What price range would you be looking out for? I don't know how to put that question. Somebody help me out. I want it to be in form of a question. Help me out, somebody.
Maybe you could type a budget range.
Thank you. What is your budget? Thank you. So that should be how it is, and a short answer text. So we've asked them the questions that we think are relevant. Now we need to ask them something relevant to a problem that they have faced before, and we can now ask something like, how easy has it been for you in the not in the real estate space? Okay, how easy has it been for you in sourcing an apartment? In sourcing a property? Sorry, like I said, these questions are coming off the top of my head, so they might not be as neat as possible. So that's now on a scale. Let's make it on a scale of 1 to 10. So we'll make that a scale question, comma, how easy has it been in sourcing for a property or in getting a property? So we change this from a linear, we put this at a linear scale. You can see it's at a linear scale, and which increase the options from 1 to 10 so that they can be able to choose, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 5, on a scale of 1 to 5, this. You get what I'm saying, right? So we made that a scale. And then the next question I want to ask them, because we are now trying to round up the form, is now, could you briefly explain your experience? You know, if you're discussing with somebody, right? If you're discussing with somebody, you will likely ask them to explain their experience, or they will likely explain their experience to you, right? So you want to also take that route in your survey, but the thing is, they're not obligated to explain to you here because they might not have that time. A second.
Are we there? I can't hear anything. Hello.
All right. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, I just got caught a little. So I was saying, if you're conversing with someone one-on-one, you ask them to explain their experience. So you want to also ask them in your survey about probably their past experience with I mean, we all know how the real estate and property market is. So you want them to explain their experience, right? And then you give it a long answer text. Notice there is a paragraph. You change it from multiple choice to paragraph, right? And then you ask them that question. Now they'll briefly explain their experience. Now you can now go on to ask what you want them to see. You can now go on to say, maybe you are building an app, for instance. Now you can now go on to say, what features, let's say, would you like to see in a, let's say, a property listing platform? I mean, right? So you say, okay, you now ask this question, what features would you like to see in a property listing platform? You change it from paragraph. This one you want to give, what happened? What happened now? Sorry, let me sort this out. I don't know what happened. Thank you, Spark. Yeah, so where was I? Now, this one I said, you now ask them, so this form is already getting long. How many questions have we asked? 1, 2. We are wrapping it up already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're already wrapping it up. So we're now asking them, what features would you like? I mean, if your form is interesting, they will probably fill it to the end. So you don't make it boring and tiring. So we'll give them a multiple choice question now, right? Not multiple choice, rather a checkbox, because you now want them to see. Some of them might have multiple features that they want to see. So you say, what features would you like to see in a property listing platform? You can now add, let's say, convenience to navigate properties. You can add that. Let's see, convenience to navigate properties. I mean, these are off the top of my head. I just hope we understand where we are going to. These questions are things we take our time to do. To navigate properties, that's question number 1. Question number 2 can now be question number 2 can now be access to easy access to contacts. Or some platforms will not allow you contact property owners. So they can now say easy access to contact property owners, right? This must have been what you've also studied from other platforms if you are building your own. Easy access to contact property owners. The next one can be security and vetting of properties. Well vetted security and well vetted. I think I erased one thing. Access to contact property owners. We can add one other thing. I mean, you give them things you would like them to see, or things they would not you would like them to see, things that you feel like you know that they will want to see, or probably things that already exist on other platforms, or things that are not existing on other platforms that you want them to, that you want to integrate into your platform, and you want to see if users also want it, right? And then we have confidence to navigate properties, well-vetted properties and security, access to contact property owners. What else can we do? What else can we add there? Low, not low now. Ability to inspect properties online. So let's say ability to inspect property virtually, right? So I've added these things now, right? And these are the questions I want to ask these people. And then I'm already wrapping it up. I've asked them what they want to see. That it shouldn't be here. I'll add this here. So now I want to ask maybe a last question to wrap it up. I cannot decide to softly now ask for any other thing that I want to ask for. But I decide to say, would you like to be informed on, maybe I've not launched my own yet. I'm trying to launch my business, or I'm trying to launch a new feature. Would you like to be informed on our new property platform that can help solve your needs? Right now, this is a very subtle way to ask them if they want to get back from me. Okay. A moment, please. I need to pick this up. Yeah, so and I asked them, okay, would you like to, if they want to hear yes, no, and then I can give them the option of maybe, right? And then if they say yes or no, and then I'll come down and subtly say, if yes, comma, kindly leave us, even though we are automatically collecting their emails, kindly leave us your email and contact details so you will be the first to know. Full stop. And then we'll leave it there at a short answer or a long answer. It depends on what contact information you want them to give to you. And we are done. Yes, I know that this was very fast, but please don't be this fast. You have to take your time to do this stuff. They call me. You have to take your time to do this stuff, right? Now, I want you to notice something. Notice that most of my questions, almost all my questions, I didn't make anyone required. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? I've been speaking now. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Okay, okay. All right. I don't know what happened. So notice that my own form, I have not added any, I didn't make any question required. Now, making a question required is saying you must answer this question. If not, you will not go to the next session. Right? Notice I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I just left all of them optional, right? But I can make some required. For instance, maybe this demographic information now, I can make age range required, so you have to reply. I must make this one required. But anywhere you see long answer text, do not make it required, please. That's where they have to give you long answer text, most especially, like especially this one, probably this last one going down. This one, you don't have to make it required. If yes, kindly leave us your email and contact details. You don't have to make it required, it's optional. This other one too, if they have to briefly explain their experience, you don't have to make it optional. You have to make it optional. And any other thing, probably you can make it required. That's now at your own discretion, right? But do not make the form so tiring that they will not want to fill it, because anything that makes it difficult for them, they will leave your form. They will leave your survey immediately, like with immediate effect, right? They will leave your survey and move on to the next one. Is there any question? Is there any question? If you can get the form, let me first of all send you this form first. I've not showed us how to. I don't know if I know some of us know how to use the form. So let me show you how to export your form to people to what's the limited number of questions to ask? There's no limited number of questions, but make it short and easy for them to answer. I have over how many questions here? My own is not long, you can see. Some people form will have what's it called now? Different sessions. There's no need for your form to have different sessions. So this is a form. So we have this required, we have this required. I think I made this required, yes. This gender, I'll make it required. I'll make this marital status required. Preferred location of property, I think I should make it required as well. Don't know. Type of property they are looking for, they'll probably take that. Take this one, or take this one. I just made some required. So now I'm done with this form. I'm done making this form out, and I want to send it to people to. I'll change the title of the form to real estate needs. Yeah. So I'll change the title now, and you can see I have everything already in my form all set up. You can edit anything you want to edit. You can italicize anything you want to italize. I mean, there's no need for all of those stuff. There's nothing I want to do like that. So maybe I want to make this one bold since it's the title of my form. I'll make it bold. Yeah. So nothing else, nothing else, nothing else, nothing else. Simple, straight to the point, and crisp. You can edit your colors. That one is in settings, and any other thing, right? You can go to settings and change your form. Settings apply to this form and new form presentation. Change whatever you want to change. So customize your theme, right? You can change the text style. You can choose the color of the form. So I can change it to this color. And I'll leave it like that. And I'll change the background to this color. I'll close this. So yeah, you can see I've changed the color of my form and any other thing, but I mean, it's just there. Those are easy things to do. So let's go down to this place. And I want to now send the form to people to fill, right? So I'll come to send. There is the form is already collecting email addresses already automatically. So if you send it via email, you have to compose a message for people to collect it via email. But you don't want to send it via email because you don't have the email of people. You just want to send it to random people. You just want anybody to fill it. You want to post it on social media. You want to post it on your WhatsApp platform, right? You just come down to this place where we have link and click on it. This send via, if you go to send form under the send button, you will see send via. There's this message icon, which is for email. And then there's this icon, which is for link, right? You come down to this one that is for link. And you can see that this URL is very long. It's too long, right? But a good thing is that you can always shorten the URL from here. You just click on shorten URL. It automatically shortens the URL for you. You copy the URL and then you go and paste it with a message that you want them to use to fill your survey. So for instance, I want to paste this URL, this form to this, for you guys to help me fill. and I'll go like, hi, I'm conducting, oh, more. That should not be the word. It should not be I'm conducting. Hi, I'm typing something like to enjoy a better real estate property service. Doesn't work. Okay, we can say this. We are conducting a survey to know the problems you face in real estate, then how best we can help solve them. Kindly fill out this survey to help us know better, or to help us better understand your needs. So kindly take out, sorry. So I'm trying to send this form to the group so you can see what it looks like. So we'll keep it at that and we'll send the link. So I've sent the link to the chat session. You can click on it and you can see the link and you can fill the form if you like. Yeah. Is there any other question? When is this class supposed to end?
It's supposed to end by 3:30.
By 3:30. I exhausted my time then. So yeah, I started late. Okay. All right. I'm going to request for the attendance list now so that I can send it in. But is there any question? Because I'm about rounding up. Started late, so I was trying to be very fast. But I hope we got value. That's the most important thing now. Hope we got value.
So I asked the question, but I asked the wrong person. I sent that as a direct message. I didn't check. So I was saying, sir, please, I want to ask. We can only send out this form to people we think are our target audience.
You don't need to send it to people you think. It has to be anybody at this point in time, because it is from anybody that you send it to that you will know exactly who your target market are. So it's more like throwing it to the general excuse me. It's more like throwing it to the general public, right? Those who have now gone through something in real estate, seeing that somebody saying that they want to help us solve our real estate need, or somebody saying they want to help us solve this problem in this particular sector, in this particular market, and I've gone through problem like this before. Oh yeah, let me fill the survey so that I will see what it looks like. So those people are now your target market. Do you get? So it will now help you know the exact people you need to target and how you want to target them.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. How do I do market research for my fast food business in my local community? Your business is fast food, so it's for people that want to eat food. fast food business in local community. First of all, do you have a Google My Business profile? Let me start from there. Titilope? Okay, good. First things first. Okay, how did you market research for your fast food business in your local community? So your local community now is where you have it's your locality, so it's probably going to be people within that vicinity that will most likely turn up to buy stuff from you, if I'm not mistaken. So you're saying this one is more like whoever is hungry at this point in time that will buy food from you. I have to think about this a little more deep, because this question is kind of deep. It's deep per se. I'll need to think about this for your local community. I need to think about this. There's nothing entering my head at this moment. But yeah. Okay, any other question? Okay, someone has already responded to the form. I can see one response from Mr. Monday Stephen Ajewale. And he's an analytical chemist. Oh, wow. And he's answered some of my questions pretty well. Okay, so that's where you get your responses from. Thank you. Any other question? Okay. Before we go, while I'm waiting for the attendance list to come in, since there's no other question, I hope we got this part really well, and I hope it was really clear. I'll go to Mr. Place again, that we do. I'll just do a quick introduction into social media marketing before we round up, so that probably by the next class, we'll touch on it a little deeper. We'll now touch on ads, how to run ads, run profitable ads, and then everything we are going to touch in this class will all flow together. So let's just look at this very briefly, very quickly. And we talked about the different digital marketing strategies. There's social media marketing, there's email marketing, there's content marketing, there's pay-per-click, there's search engine optimization, there's video marketing, and there's influencer marketing, right? There's search engine marketing as well, not here. Social media marketing, of course, social media. Email marketing, email. Content marketing involves content. Content is king. I think that is like, content is the one that is in every order of the strategy. In social media marketing, you need to use content. In email marketing, you need to write email content. In pay-per-click, even if it's a Google ad, you need to have content that people will click on. Search engine optimization is still part of content that you will write to be optimized. So for your website to be optimized for search engine. In video marketing, you still need content. It's going to be video content. Influencer marketing, if you're employing an influencer to do influencer marketing for you, you need to give the influencer content, and the influencer needs to do content. So content is king. Content is the boss of all of them, right? But we'll just do a very brief into social media marketing. Now, what is social media marketing? We all know what social media is, and we know what it is used for. It is used to, but in the aspect of business now, it is used to build brand awareness, to increase conversions, and to drive traffic. Right? It is used to do what? Build brand awareness, let people know of my brand. So my brand is just coming out for more people to know, right? Increase conversions. Let people turn from fans to customers. Let people come from already existing customers to repeating customers. Let people come from repeating customers to become brand loyalists. You've increased the conversion. Drive traffic. I have a website, right? I have a website. The website is working, but I need to drive traffic to that website. I need people to visit my website more. You use social media marketing for it, right? And it uses social media apps as its own marketing tool to achieve business goals. Now, social media marketing goals include in the following, which is here, increasing of brand awareness, which I've mentioned earlier, for more people to know your brand. Let people know my brand. Let people know that my brand exists. To drive traffic, right? I want to move people from here to my website. To increase revenue, very important. I mean, every business is out to generate revenue to make money. To boost engagement, I mean, you want to boost your post, you want to boost your engagement on your platforms, you want people to engage on social media platforms. To build a community around your business. This one is also very important because when you have a community around your business, you have people with a common goal, you have people with a common aim for your business, you have people that come rain or sun, come thick or thin, they will always patronize your business, even if there are many other noises, even if there are other people that are looking like they're doing better, they will always patronize your business. That's because you've been able to build a community around that your business. If we give examples of communities now, if we want to use examples of a community, if I want to use, let's say, maybe a fan base now, let me use a fan base, for instance. We call it a fan base, but it's still a community. Because if we look at, let's say, for instance, now Arsenal lost. Arsenal lost is my club. Sorry, I'm laughing because I've suffered a lot in these boys' their hands. It's always heartbreaking. You don't understand. Arsenal lost to Aston Villa on Sunday 2-0, a game that they should have won comfortably at home. And then they headed to Bayern Munich and they lost Champions League again 1-0 to Bayern Munich. A game that they should have won, killed Bayern and buried them in the first half. Saka was busy looking for penalty. I don't know what his problem was. But because Arsenal has successfully built a community like around themselves, call it a fan base, the pin. Yes, thank you, the pin. Arsenal has successfully built a community, call it a fan base around themselves, right? It doesn't matter how poorly Arsenal is doing. Even when Arsenal lost that game, Arsenal football fans were still defending the club. Even though we were better, they started looking for who they were better than. We're better than these ones. After you don't reach anywhere. You didn't go anywhere. That's because they have successfully built a community of people that whether Arsenal is doing well, Arsenal is not doing well, come rain or sun, this fan base will always be there. They will always stand by the players. They will always defend the club, right? In business, it's good to be your community. Come rain or sun, come thick or thin, right? You'll have people who are going to always be there in your business. But a fan base and a community, favor, please calm down. It's not normal for Arsenal. Calm down. So for a fan base, for a community, you have a lot of work to do to actually keep them growing. It's quite different from a fan base, but I'm just using this as an example to share the similarities, right? Now, social media marketing is also used to offer effective customer service. If you check these days, most of the customer services are being offered online now on social media. Go to Twitter. The moment today I was on Twitter, I saw EFCC were warning whoever they were warning. I don't know when police turned to talks, but they were warning that people have been stopping their operation. And we know instead of them to go direct, they were cutting through corners. We know who they are talking about, but they are, power torso. And people immediately after the tweet, under the tweet, went under, and the first tweet I saw was at First Bank, you are owing me, or I made so transfer of money, I have not, bam. At UBA Bank, people are now querying customer service under the post, and immediately the customer service representatives are replying to them. So you can see that it is now being used to offer better and effective customer service. People are no longer running to the bank first. They just go there first. It's until these people cannot resolve your issue, that's when they send you to the bank. And then it can be helped to increase mentions. What are mentions? You stay on your own. Somebody is somewhere mentioning your brand or your business. Oh, somebody posted, I want to get this particular product. And then you see somebody will randomly say, have you tried at this brand? Have you gone to this brand? And then there's a mention for you from anywhere. And that is what social media marketing does for you, right? So those are the goals. And that's where, we know the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Reddit, Snapchat, WeChat, WhatsApp. By the next time we have a class, I'm going to explain some of these platforms and exactly what they are. I mean, most of us know most of them, but I'll explain briefly some of them. I'll also explain the social media marketing goals, strategy, and what to do to actually have a good social media profile, and also how to run good, credible Meta ads and set up your Meta accounts. Sorry, this class started quite late, later than it was supposed to start. I know that most of us are already exhausted. I'll stop sharing my screen first so I can give you the attendance. I was thinking that as I started now, I'm supposed to end by maybe 5:30, or 5 rather, but it seems I will not have to end by 5. So sorry about the mix-up. Let me just brush in the attendance list. So here is the attendance list. And then yes, I am on LinkedIn. Favor Machiko. Yeah, so I was just not so active there. Yeah, so please, I've posted the attendance link. Yeah, posted the attendance link, and we'll meet again in the next class. Hopefully I'll touch some other things, or maybe I'll skip some things and dive straight into some other things. I just get to lay the foundation, or say the important things that we all need to know when it comes to marketing, because these are like the very first steps and the very foundation of things you need to know when you're trying to market any product or any service to anybody. The other strategies can always be learned. Yes, Monday, Steven.
Yes, sir. The attendant link is saying to is carrying 15th.
15th.
Yes, and not today's date.
What is today's date? Let me ask. Sorry. Okay, just a second. Let me confirm.
All right.
Okay, so I'm asking the admin why the attendance link is carrying today's, it is carrying 15th instead of today's date. So whatever answer she gives to me, I will give it to you too. Let me just give her a quick call. Sorry. Thank you, Vera. I think I should stop recording. Thank you. That was